Mr. Attorney General. In your prepared remarks, you talked about the importance of getting all religions getting along. You're aware that then Senator Obama in Zanesville, Ohio, said that if you get a federal grant, you can't use that grant money to proselytize to the people you help, and you can't discriminate against them or the people you hire on the basis of religion. Is it possible in this administration today for someone to apply for a federal grant and articulate an intention to discriminate against people of particular religions? For example, they don't want to hire Catholics, Jews, and Muslims. Would they be entitled to run a federal program?
Well, I want to say that we want to make sure that we partner with faith-based organizations in a way that's consistent with our values, in a way that's constitutional, and we will continue to evaluate any legal questions or concerns that are raised with regard to...
Does that mean, yes, they can get a federal grant and discriminate?
We don't want to be in a position where people are, in fact, getting federal grants and discriminating. We'll have to look at...
You have at least one administration official who has suggested that they're going to deal with discrimination on a, quote, case-by-case basis. What kind of cases would "we don't hire Catholics, Jews, and Muslims" be okay?
Well, obviously, that kind of situation would not be okay, would not be legally appropriate, would be inconsistent with our values.
Is it legal under this administration?
It's not a question of it being legal under this administration. It's a question of how what the law says.
Does this administration provide grants to organizations that actively discriminate based on religion or not?
We don't want to do that. We try not to do that. But the question is, what,
Wait a minute. Either you do or you don't. Do you not give grants to organizations that actively discriminate based on religion or not?
The attempt we make is not to do that. As I've indicated, our hope is that we do something, the grants that we give are consistent with the law, but beyond that, are consistent with our values.
We don't have time to go into the legal memo of June 29, 2007. Could you, for the record, provide the administration analysis of that legal counsel memo, which essentially suggested that the Religious Freedom Restoration Act of 1993 provides a virtual exemption to statutory non-discrimination provisions? Could you provide that to us for the record?
I'm sorry, provide you?
Whether or not the status of that policy and whether or not that legal counsel memo is still in effect. Could you provide that for the record?
Well, as I understand it, the memo is still in effect, as I understand it.
That the Religious Freedom Restoration Act gives organizations a virtual exemption to statutory non-discrimination provisions?
If you're talking about the 2007 OLC World Vision opinion,
So if you're running a Head Start program, if they're running a Head Start program, they can discriminate even though there is a statutory provision prohibiting discrimination? They can discriminate anyway?
What I was saying is that in terms of, with regard to that specific OLC opinion, we are not in the process of reconsidering it. That is not something that, as I understand
Well, I'm not talking about the memo. I'm talking about the policy. Can they discriminate notwithstanding a specific statutory prohibition against discrimination? They can discriminate anyway based on that interpretation.
Obviously, discrimination cannot occur that contravenes federal law.
Well, let me ask a number of questions. My time is running out. Let me ask a number of questions just for the record, since we don't have time for the answers. The prison